Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, I thought I'd take a few minutes and explain to you the reasoning and the background behind my deciding to take a lie detector test. I think that it's important for me to help you understand or give you a glimpse into my personality as it relates to the relationship that we'll hopefully be building. Now, as you can probably guess, the primary reason why I decided to do a lie detector test right when I got into this business was because of the noise. You've heard me talk about noise before. This is an incredibly noisy industry. There are volumes of data and volumes of propaganda coming at you from every single angle. And it seemed to me that this would be a logical way to cut through all that noise and hopefully establish a bit of credibility. So there was the noise component, but then really at a baseline, at a base level, if nothing else, it seemed to me like it would be fair. Y'all are getting ready to literally put your health in my hands. This is a sport. You will be engaged in physical activity. People do get injured. People do get hurt. Literally putting your health in my hands. So it seemed to me that you would need some verification as it relates. To take that one step further, it's not just the physical component where injuries may happen, where we have to be very concerned about allergies, about prior injuries, age, and all sorts of things, weight distribution, frame, but also there's the well-being component, right? Everybody knows that the physical and the mental are hopelessly and forever intertwined. And so not only are you putting your faith in me with regard to the physical aspects of your being, but also the mental, the holistic aspects. Confidence levels, self-assuredness, self-esteem. These are incredibly important facets to our personalities. And so I believe it was incumbent upon me to put you in a position at first blush where you could immediately trust me. I needed for you to know that the only thing behind me is the discipline and the championships. So, how do we put that together? We put that together by injecting truth serum into this entire equation. The truth serum is the lie detector. Choose to do the lie detector, now what, okay? As I'm putting this together, now what? I sought out one of the best lie detector administrators in the country. The teacher that teaches the teachers how to administer lie detector tests. Best in the country. Equipment, best equipment in the country. The actual equipment that the CIA uses to this day is what I strapped myself to. And that was really all that remained after those decisions were made. Get in the chair, hook yourself up, and answer the hard questions. I asked of myself, have you ever done steroids? Have you ever done supplements? Have you ever done abs? Are you in and out of the gym in under 60 minutes per day? Have you been doing this for 37 years like you say you have? Have you benched 2.5 times your body weight? All of these questions were asked. And I put the whole thing on videotape. No takebacks. It's all right there. No editing, no filters. Forever. That is how I want to build a relationship, begin the relationship with you. This is a relationship that will hopefully last forever, span decades. In accordance with our program, every 12 weeks, you're doing new blueprinting exercises in order to meet, exceed, and then chart new goals every 12 weeks so that you're continuously getting better and better and better and better. Over time, everything will change. Bodies will change. We'll get older. Our family lives may change. Our work situations may change. All of that has to be accounted for, and we take that into consideration. Auditing every 30 days, blueprints every 12 weeks. So once again, this is hopefully a relationship that will span decades. To that end, I can think of no better way to start the relationship than by me ponying up first with something like this. Give myself some credibility. That's where I think we need to start. That's what I believe is fair. And that's what's hopefully going to set the tone for a very fruitful and bountiful relationship. So what happened? What happened over here? I passed every single question, and I took the thing twice. You can see both revs of it. Now, why is that important, right? It's important because you want to know that the person that you're trusting with your life is telling you the truth, right? Because especially now, the chips are it's such a serious situation nowadays versus when I was coming up in the 90s. The worst thing that you could have inflicted upon you was you wore those fluorescent colored parachute lifting pants with the white Reeboks with the Velcro strap that came over the top. Next lie detector, I will answer that question. Have you ever owned parachute lifting pants and the Reeboks with the straps? The answer is no. But that was the worst damage that could happen. Now you've got a $16 billion unregulated supplements industry where people's throats burn and they get dizzy after they take stuff. Now you've got people wearing tugboat chains and running down the length of a gym back and forth. You've got people doing the rotator cuff of death exercise, I call it. Going like this with the big heavy ropes. That would be the rotator cuff of death as you start to get older. And as a natural byproduct of that, bones and joints start degrading. So that's why it's so important. And I would ask you, I would beg you, please, if you are evaluating a coach, if you are evaluating a program, ask the hard questions. Challenge them. See what they're all about beneath their Instagram posts. And ensure that it makes sense to you. Ensure that it makes sense to you. This is critical stuff. Literally your life can be on the line when it comes to doing specific exercises in the gym, running at certain speeds on treadmills, fasting for certain periods of time. Literally, your lives could be on the line. We've got to be diligent about this. I would ask you to be diligent about this. I would ask you to look across the vast sea of windmills. Sometimes I feel like Don Quixote. I'm chasing down these windmills in order to bust them up and figure out what the angle is. But I have to do that in good conscience. I have to do that to understand the pitfalls that continue to present themselves with this industry in order to stay crisp and stay at the top of the food chain here. Okay? So please, level of diligence. It's so important for you, regardless of whether or not you embrace or engage me or somebody else. Last thing about the lie detector. Everybody likes to say that lie detectors can be beaten. Lie detectors can be beaten. There are certain ways you can answer questions, yada, yada, yada. I would ask you this one question. The most heavily funded, massively resourced, widest, most expansive counterintelligence agency as a function of geography and network and people power in the history of the world still uses this equipment to this day. Would they be using this equipment if it didn't work? Hell no. That was my parting thought. I hope you take it to heart. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.